The Labyrinth is an area or biome in Remnant 2 that you will be naturally pushed towards as soon as you kill your first world boss, regardless of which area you started your playthrough of the campaign in. Now this Labyrinth area has a huge amount of fantastic loot, and the good thing about it is that everybody's Labyrinth location looks exactly the same. Everything is fixed in position in this location, unlike the randomness that we see with some of the other locations in the game. Now in this video I'm going to show you some awesome loot and the locations of said loot and the easiest way for you to obtain it. So starting us off with the first item, and probably the main reason why most of you are here, is the Enigma, which is an exotic weapon that fits in your sidearm slot. Essentially it fires arcing lightning in between enemies, and it has another function where you can essentially shoot these rail drivers into the ground that form traps and that also kill enemies that walk over them. So just all in all, a really good weapon, especially when you start punching some levels into it. So definitely something that you should get, so let's go ahead and grab it. Now, even though this location is called the Labyrinth, essentially the initial path when you arrive here originally is fairly straightforward as you make your way towards the main hub of the Labyrinth. As you're moving through here, eventually you will take a portal which will essentially dump you next to this checkpoint, which is essentially fitting inside a cross. Now this is a super important location for us because we're going to use this as a staging ground to find a lot of these items inside this video. But essentially, as you move down here, be sure to look to your right and shoot that door open. That leads back to the main hub of the Labyrinth, and essentially a checkpoint that you can teleport out of, as well as the main portal that takes you to the boss of this realm. Now, the portal in front of you here actually switches between different locations that it can portal you to, and we're going to be using this portal to take us to the Enigma area. As you watch this portal cycle through all of the different locations that it can teleport you to, the one that you're looking for looks like you're kind of like staring into the abyss. So it has these white lines and everything going past it, and you kind of see like a circular platform underneath it. As soon as you see this one, you can jump through this, and even though it looks like you're going to fall to your death, you're actually going to hit some stones, and it's going to create a pathway for you up to this area here. Now at this point in time, most likely some enemies are going to start spawning in. The item you're looking for is the cipher rod, which sits towards the back end of this room. So you can either just run through all of these enemies and just pick it up, or you can kill them and then pick it up. With the cipher rod in our inventory, the only thing that's left for us to do is to teleport back to Ward 13 at our earliest convenience, go up to the crafting vendor and simply have the Enigma crafted for you. For the rod, some luminite crystal and some scrap. Next up, we have a relic called the Reprocessed heart. And essentially going back to our portal that switches between the different locations. As you peer into this portal, the location that you want to try this time actually again looks like sort of staring into the abyss, like into a long drop, but this time you can actually see some structures underneath. And you need to wait a little bit for this one, and you'll see eventually what looks like an outline of a portal kind of like drift into position. At this point in time, you should jump through this, and then you'll actually fall through this active teleporter, which will then portal you over to this elevated area. And as soon as you turn around, you'll see your brand new relic right there waiting to be picked up. Next up is the Labyrinth staff, a fantastic addition to your arsenal if you like to get a little bit close and dangerous. But again, looking back towards our area where we have the portal that switches between the different locations. See, I told you this place is going to be important. Instead of actually this time jumping into the portal, we're going to look to the left, and we're actually going to go up this area here. You're going to fight some enemies along the way. And when you get to this edge here, it kind of looks like you've got nowhere else to go. But you're going to take a leap of faith. And again, one of these sort of causeways will materialize underneath you and catch you. Moving up this area here, you will again seemingly come to a dead end. But as you wait here for a while, eventually a platform will materialize and teleport down in front of you, which you should jump across and then across on the other side. And as you move forward here and you come in between these two pillars, your prize will be right there waiting for you straight ahead. Now hold your horses before you jump down there like a lunatic. Believe me, I did. You're gonna have to fight for your food, and as soon as you jump down there, you're actually gonna fight a mini boss in this area called Bastion, which is essentially just a tougher version of one of the elites that is already patrolling the area on the other side of the map. But basically just use this middle sort of pit area as a way to split you off from Bastion and just pepper him with some shots from far away. You'll be soon to kill him and then simply walk on over and claim your prize, which is the Labyrinth staff. On to our next item, and this is actually going to be operating from a different area. we need to be going to the fractured ingress, which is the main hub essentially of the labyrinth area. Now again, when you naturally progress through the labyrinth, just playing the story, if I can put it that way, or the campaign, you will eventually end up here, so no worries that you can't find this. You will most likely already have found this by the time that you're watching this video. But nonetheless, the fractured egress is essentially the main shot to the boss of the labyrinth once you complete the story in this area, but it has a checkpoint right in the middle and then 2 sets of stairs, one on the left and one on the right, essentially taking you to upper areas. For this next section, we want to be going up the left side. And as soon as you get to the very top of this, some small enemies will spawn in, including a elite. You should lay them to waste. And then actually just ahead of you, as a bonus, there's a shard banded ring on the statue there that you might not have picked up before. But the actual item that we're going to be going for actually sits through this little alcove which sits in between these big round areas. So crouch down and essentially crawl through this, and then you'll have some more enemies on the other side trying to push up on you, so definitely shoot them in the face, and then drop down and kind of make your way around this area here. Down in front of you, all the way at the bottom on this pedestal, will be the Energized neck coil, which is a brand new amulet, a pretty awesome one at that. Next up is the Ruined Heart, an alternative relic option for you for different kinds of builds. And for this one, what you should be doing is, again, from the main area, instead of going up the left side like we did right now, we are going to be going up the right side, all up these stairs all the way to the top. Now whether you go to the left or the right here, it doesn't really matter. The point is, once you get to the next area, and all the way you're going to be assaulted by enemies, by the way, so good luck and Godspeed and kill them all. But as you get to the next area, you'll see a portal all the way to the far right. Now again, make your way over there, killing the enemies between you and that portal, but instead of taking that portal, look behind it and down, and you'll see a portal that you can sort of fall into, and this portal will catapult you into a brand new area. Make your way up here and fight the elite, and you'll see another portal on your left, but what you're looking for is to the right. You will see a checkpoint in the far distance, and you can simply jump this gap down to this area, go up to the checkpoint, save your progress, and then essentially turn exactly in the opposite direction of the checkpoint and look down this big sort of area. Now you'll see a bunch of flying enemies hovering around. You should move your way through this area, killing all these enemies until you get to the very back of this room, and then simply look to your left behind this sort of stair area here where you would normally go up, and just curve in behind there, and there is your brand new relic, the Ruined Heart. Now for this last section and the last couple of items I want to show you, you're going to need a quest item called the Biome Portal Key. And the only way for you to get this item is to kill the final boss in the labyrinth. So essentially complete the campaign here, just follow the storyline for this exact location as you have been doing up until this point. And when you kill this final boss, I don't want to give you any spoilers, you will receive this item along with some other ones, and we're good to go. Now at this point in time, simply go back to the hub that we've been going from for the last 2 items, and again go up the right side just like we did for the previous item. Now in this case, again, we're going all the way to this portal at the back, and again not taking that portal but peering behind it and falling into this portal here. As we get back to this area, again make your way up the stairs, killing the elite, but this time we take the portal that sits on our left. As soon as you pop out of this portal, immediately cut to the left again through this little area here, and then start making your way up these blocks, essentially just following the route that I'm showing you here. This is going to curve around and kind of like go in underneath. You're going to climb up here, and then you're going to make this little leap of faith across into this area here, and essentially come all the way around till you arrive at what looks to be like a portal door. At this point in time, simply use your Biome Portal Key on this door, and this will actually teleport you all the way back to Ward 13, but in an area that is kind of like locked off to you. Now in between all of these containers, you will find the Chicago Typewriter, which is a returning weapon from Remnant 1. Phenomenal weapon, really good if you like a high capacity long rifle that deals decent damage, so absolutely think about using this, upgrading it a little bit. It is a true workhorse, pretty damn awesome. But also around the corner in this area, within one of these containers, you will find a chest that you can pop open that has the Leto armor set in it as well. This is also a phenomenal find. This set has huge amounts of armor and is kind of like too heavy to equip the entire thing, but you can slap some of these pieces, like 1 or 2 of them on, and it will give you phenomenal defense and some really good resistances as well. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments down below if there are any items that I missed. I'm sure there's a whole bunch that we can still find in this location, but these are definitely some of the highlights. Go ahead and give the video a like if you found this information useful in any way, as well as consider subbing to the channel for more Remnant 2 content like this. I'll be doing boss guides, I'll be doing more items, more locations, and all of that, just all around everything to do with Remnant 2. But thank you very much, and as usual, it's super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Till next video, fucking cheers.